Hello and welcome back to Coach Bill's Sports Show. I'm Coach Bill. If it's your first time joining us, thank you. We do college football, pro football, fantasy football, NCAA 14. I think we finally got it put together, so we're going to be breaking down some plays here later on this week. So if it's football related, we pretty well do it here. I'm Coach Bill. Once again, thank you for joining us. Let's huddle up and let's get into it. All right. This week, this episode, we're looking at week 1 studs and duds for fantasy football. It's something I do every week for myself. I look ahead and see who I like, who I don't like, regardless if they're on my team or not. So I know, looking at other people's teams, especially my opponents, to see how it kind of breaks down. First up for me, any offensive piece, any starting offensive piece from the Bills and the Rams game on Thursday night. I understand the Rams and the Bills defenses are both decent defenses, but this is going to be an extremely offensive game. You've got who some people are tagging, myself included, the potential Super Bowl champion Bills with this MVP at quarterback. You got Diggs out there at wide receiver. Their tight end just got a crap ton of money. And Knox, solid, bunch of solid pieces. You got Gabriel Davis over there. Really interested to see who comes out of that running back group for the Rams or for the Bills. And then you got the Rams, Matthew Stafford, and that offense just won the Super Bowl. You got Kupp, who's back, Allen Robinson, who's going to shine in this offense. The running backs are healthy. So I see this as a very offensive game. So so some of the studs all the studs are on the offense for me. With that being said, all the duds, let that transition into the duds for me, which is the Rams defense, the Bills defense, the Lions defense, and the Bears defense this week. All 4 defenses are facing potentially offensive juggernauts. And it's going to be very, very tough for those 4 defenses to do anything in the forms of slowing down the offenses they face. I'm sorry, it just is. The Lions, I'll lead that one in on the next one. But the Lions defense, especially because my next stud is the Eagles passing game. Look, we've heard a lot about Jalen Hurts and can he be a starting quarterback in this league? He's a run-first quarterback, yada, 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 yada. I think the Eagles are going to come out with an emphasis on passing the ball to start this game. And I think A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, I don't know if the kid from Alabama that went there, his name's escaping me right now. Anyways, I don't know if the other wide receiver is going to be healthy. I definitely see them pushing the ball more on offense, at least for the first couple games, just to show and put out there that, hey, this is a passing offense too. Y'all got to watch out for it. Otherwise, y'all keep loading this box against these runs, we're going to put you in your place. So I think they start the season taking a strong pass-first offense. My next dud, little bit of a homer on this one, but the Browns' offensive pieces. That means Hunt, Chubb, Amari Cooper, pretty much any offensive piece for the Browns. They don't have Deshaun Watson. And while Jacoby is not the worst backup I've ever seen. He's still a backup quarterback. And they're going against a defense that is improved, that is healthy, and that has another year of experience under their young guys' belts. And I think the Panthers' defense is really going to surprise some people this year. I really do. I think they were just on the cusp of being a top 10 defense last year, and I think they solidly placed themselves as a top 10 defense this year. Sticking with the Panthers, some of my studs, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and Baker. I think, starting with Baker, I think this is a little bit of a revenge game for him to play his old team and kind of show them, hey, this is what you gave up. This is what you're missing out on now. And I think the biggest benefit for him from that is DJ Moore. Let's be very real. DJ's had a solid start to his career. I think it's 12,000 yards and 4 touchdowns every year. But he's never played with the quarterback the caliber of Baker. Even if Baker is a middle tier quarterback, he has never played with the caliber of Baker Mayfield. Never. And then for Christian McCaffrey, we saw last season when he's healthy, the man is explosive. Like it, don't like it, hate it, whatever it is. The man's explosive. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball. It is what it is for him. Sticking in the division, another dud for me are the Falcons' offensive weapons. Outside of Pitts, I think the Saints' defense is going to put a lot of pressure on the passing game because, how do I say this? I'm not saying it nicely, forget that. They don't believe the Falcons can run the ball. And I don't either. Not at this point. I don't think they can run the ball right now. Now, I think once Algiers gets a little bit more experience, they'll start being able to run the ball a little better. But as it stands right now, they're not going to be able to run the ball. So they know they're going to line up for passes. I think the only reason I exclude Pitts is because he is a matchup nightmare. And especially in PPR, he's going to have a lot of catches. He may not have a lot of yards. He may not have a touchdown. But he could see 10, 11, 12 targets this game. And even if he is at a 70% reception rate, that's 7, 8, or 9, catches. I'll take that. And PPR, 7, 8, 9 catches. You figure even if he got 10 yards a catch, that's 7 catches, 70 yards, that's 14 points from a tight end. Thank you very much. Let's keep on moving. Next up for me is sorry, just wanted to make sure I had the right one for you. Yeah. Taylor. That running back from Indianapolis he's a different animal than I've seen in a long time in Indianapolis as a runner. And having Matt Ryan for a quarterback is only going to help him. Matt Ryan's going to actually hold the defenses accountable for the passes. He's going to have the ability to shift. And let's be real, it's the Texans, guys. Maybe when they had J.J. Watt there and Vince Wilfork, they were a team that you would worry about rushing against. But I think last year they were 28th or 29th in run defense. So am I worried about a talent like Taylor against the Texans? No. I'm excited about it. But what that does do is gives me a duds for the Colts passing game. I think the Colts get up quick, and I think they rely on Taylor. I do think they will throw the ball a little bit, but I don't see Matt Ryan having more than about 200 yards in this game. He could have a couple touchdowns, but Taylor could be one of those touchdowns. So if you're looking at some of the pieces for the Colts offensively, it just doesn't bode well for the passing game, especially since Taylor is effective as a pass catcher. I think the offense runs through Taylor this week, and he's the only Colt I'm really looking forward to seeing. On the flip side, the Broncos passing attack is one that I will say is a stud this week. I think Russell Wilson goes into Seattle on a mission to prove you should have let me throw the ball more. You should have let me push for my MVPs. You should have ran the offense through me more. And what that's going to mean is everybody in that passing game is going to eat and eat well. Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, I don't think you see much separation between the two of them because I see both of them putting up a lot of points in this game. I lean Sutton just a little bit because he's more of a touchdown threat than Jerry Jeudy, but Jerry Jeudy is more of a yardage and catch kind of player. So I think both of them meet as well as Russell Wilson, and I am very excited to see that Broncos offense. Dud for me, staying in the same game, is the Seahawks offense. I don't see them putting up a lot of points except for maybe in the garbage time, but I just don't see it. They may squeak one in there late, and DK may catch a 10-yard route that turns into an 80-yarder late in the game and gets a touchdown out of it, and you get one big play from him. But outside of something of that nature, I'm off on the Seahawks. I've been saying this the whole preseason. I'm off on them all season long, and especially this game with the Broncos. I just don't see it. Don't see it at all. So another stud would be the Cardinals and Chiefs offensive players. I see this is a kind of prove-it game for both the Cardinals and the Chiefs. For the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is trying to prove that, hey, I didn't need Cheetah. I got all these weapons. I'm going to throw this ball around the field. And then for the Cardinals, they've got to prove that their offense can actually do stuff without DeAndre Hopkins. And maybe it can, maybe it can't. But I see this being a more offensively geared game as well. So, Cards Chiefs players, yeah, I'm going to put them in my lineup. Somebody I'm taking out of the lineup is the Cowboys offense. I mean no offense by this to any Cowboys fans, but if you're very serious about it, when you lost your left tackle, yes, I know you just signed a solid backup. You just brought in a solid tackle, but it's very close to the game day, and to me, I don't see it meshing that quickly. So I'm off on the Cowboys offense until Gallup comes back, until Tolbert takes a step forward, and until your line's healthy. I don't see it with the Cowboys. I don't. Not to mention, y'all are paying the Buccaneers, and the Bucs are no slouches, guys. They're not. There's a lot of people out there that are picking them to be in the NFC Championship, if not the Super Bowl this year. I'm not that high on them, but they are a strong team. So I'm off on the Cowboys offense. I am on for the shootout that is coming when the Chargers play the Raiders. I'll say it right now. Anytime one of these AFC West teams plays each other, I'm in on both sides on the offense. 100%. Both sides on the offense. Until proven otherwise, I think the Chargers have the ability to be, if not the number one offense this year, definitely top 3. The Raiders are going to be a top 5, maybe top 10 offense this year. I think the same with the Chiefs and the Broncos. I think all 4 of those end up as a top 10 offense this year. So why wouldn't I be in on a game where they play each other? When they play each other, it's going to be a push for points, and there's more urgency in those games. So I'm more excited to see those games. And I don't think it just becomes a passing shootout either. I think the running backs get involved too, as both teams try to control the clock and try to take something away from the other team, especially in the second half. Once they've seen they're both going back and forth, they will try to see if they can, milk the clock a little bit more, try to take possession game over. Just excited to see the AFC West this year, and since the Chiefs and the Raiders are starting it out, they're definitely studs on offense for me. Duds. This is a game where it's hard for me to say that because I have some pieces in this game, but until I see them play, until I see it on tape in a real game, the Jags and the Commanders game is not a game I'm going to be watching at all, and it's not a game I really feel comfortable starting players in this week. James Robinson supposedly coming back, which hurts Travis Etienne start the year. You really don't know who's going to be that top wide receiver for the Jags. You don't know which Carson Wentz you're going to get for the Commanders. We don't know, Robinson got shot. When's he coming back? We don't know, what the offense really is going to look like for the Washington Commanders. So there's a lot of question marks and a lot of concerns for me in that game, and that's why I have it listed as a dud. I think it becomes a low-scoring affair. I think it's a lot of incompletions that lead to punts. Unless you got a league where you can draft a punter, because if you can draft a punter, this might be the game for you. Other than that, I don't see a lot of meat on the bones for this game, which sucks completely because Travis Etienne is one of the guys I'm super high on this year. I was really looking forward to him eating in this game, but the news of James Robinson being able to come back and play in this game has kind of put me at a pause with Etienne. That's it for today, guys. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you think I missed a stud, if I'm wrong on a dud, if I missed somebody entirely, just put a comment down below. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it as a community. Let's try to build that community up. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Ready, break.